it's Jill Broadbent with the Hip Kit Club, and I am thrilled to be showing you some fun creative ideas for using the chipboard die cuts, which are available in the August kit. You can see as I kind of sort through these here that there are some really fun elements, words, frames, icons, lots of fun details that really help you embellish your page. I'm also going to be focusing on using this really fun strawberry swirl pattern paper available in the main kit and a few pieces of the beautiful cardstocks. So I'm starting with this kit by just gutting out the middle of this piece of paper. I am definitely going to challenge myself to use the middle because the swirl is the best part of this paper and it'll be really fun to put somewhere else. But for this project specifically, where I want to focus on the die cuts, I'm using the outer edge of the swirl as just a little fun pattern around the base of my page. So then I'm taking the sky cardstock and just trimming off a 1/2 inch so that I can mat it to that piece and have that beautiful pink frame around the soft blue cardstock. So I gave myself a little extra room when gutting out that paper so that I have a nice stable base for this. And then I have the best photo for this kit. We had just recently taken a trip to Paris with our daughter and she loves strawberries. And so this page actually kind of worked out quite literally. And the fun part that I'm doing here is kind of creating a grid with all of those die cut pieces. So I kind of start by shopping through those die cuts and looking at what elements there are, what repeated patterns you can find, and starting to just kind of choose what pieces I'm going to use and how I want to use them. So then once I kind of have an idea, I grab those paper die cut tags. Those are cardstock based, and so they're flatter than those chipboard pieces, and I feel like mixing in some of that will give me a little more texture, and those tags are a perfect little element to add behind my photo. So then you can see here I've matted my photo, double matted with the Lime Zest cardstock as well as that Tutti Frutti cardstock, and then I sewed around the edges of my page as well as my photo mat just to give a little texture to it. Now I added some foam behind the photo, and now I'm just stringing through those tags so that I can have a little extra texture with the fabric of the twine there. And you could easily journal on these tags and make it an interactive page and make a pocket that those tags slide into. I just wanted them for the detail of the color that they bring in the top and also giving me some height above my photo. So I'm using them more as just a design element, but they could definitely be something that adds story to your page as well. So I'm layering those behind my photo so that that sky tag is on top and not getting lost on the sky cardstock in the background. So now as I start to choose which of the die cuts I want to add to this page, I'm looking for repeated patterns. You can see I'm starting with some circle elements because that's going to give me a nice visual triangle across my page by putting those across from each other in that form. And I'm using the die cut tags to add those circle elements as well to help balance and give me a repeated pattern. Then I'm layering a few more of those tags underneath the die cuts. That's just giving me a little more dimension. I also found those fun little banner pieces and was able to kind of scatter those in. Some fun small little words, which again I'm putting in a triangular pattern so that they're repeated, and then scattering the heart. So I'm getting some weighted elements, some round elements, as well as some scattered elements that are really going to help balance out the design. So then I come in to the foam phrases, and you can see I love the title So Happy, but as I start playing with it, I think there's more I could do with this, and so I grab the Taylor alphabet plate that is available as well this month, and I'm cutting that sticker in half. Don't be afraid to kind of manipulate your stickers so that they work for you. And so I cut it in half so that I could make the title say, So Berry Happy. And I'm adding that by cutting the berry out of that same Tutti Frutti cardstock and adding that here and then building it into my title. So now I kind of have a good design element going and I can commit to the pieces. So I start by adding those die cut letters. I want to get those glued on so that they're nice and straight and centered where I want them. And then I can nestle the rest of the pieces in and around that title piece. So you can see here I'm adding that happy title piece from the sticker and I'm layering it over the R and the H. I want those to nestle together, but I also want to make sure that it's really legible. So I just want that to feel like one visual piece at the top of the page. Then I'm adding in the components of the design that I've made with the different die cut tags as well as the chipboard pieces. So I'm just starting to mix those in. And now as I've put that title together, I can see how perfectly that little shine piece fits and the word underneath. But then the next piece that I wanted to use doesn't quite fit, but that's okay. We'll just come back and shop some more of those embellishments and find the perfect thing to fit in finishing off the page. So I go with the ones that I know fit, and I start just putting those into place, gluing them down, and you can see how I'm making sure that I've got a nice balance of where the color flows through the layout, where the circles flow through the layout, the different sentiments and words. And then as I go to put this little yellow tag on, I think it has a perfect little hole already popped in to make it a little tag. And so I add some twine to that, which repeats kind of that twine that's coming out of the top tags. And so I just tie that on and add it to that tag die cut that's already placed down on the page. So then we're just going to add those fun little scatter elements, and of course the strawberries, because how perfect is that there are strawberry chipboard pieces in this collection for this photo. So then as I'm trying to figure out, I have that one little empty space, so I'm shopping through the items that I have here, the foam phrases, these die cut pieces, and I think that this little white star is going to be a good option. So I kind of commit to it, and then last minute kind of change my mind and think it doesn't not work. I just would rather have something else that's a little more colorful and repeating that pattern of hearts that has happened all throughout the page. So I go back to the foam phrases and find a cute little heart, and it fits perfectly, and I feel really good about that. Then I go to the foam phrases and I choose that word yum, because that again is bringing black to the bottom of the page. So I've got the so happy at the top and the yum down at the bottom. That's going to balance out those colors as well. So then of course that gold foiled chipboard piece with the strawberry was too perfect not to use. And then I go back through the tag die cuts and find one that can work for my journaling. I add just a quick little note about this photo. I've got lots of other photos from this trip that will have lots more journaling, but this was just a perfect little stop in the morning for some fresh strawberries. So I add that to the tag and tuck it under the photo. So that really finishes off the design. It's very simple, but it adds just a lot of those chipboard die cuts and lets you see how those can kind of be your accent on a page, even more than needing a ton of pattern paper. Now I'm going through with just some white gloss spray and adding some little splatters. That's going to just bring in a little pop of brightness with the white and a little bit of that organic feel where everything else on the layout feels pretty linear and aligned. So just a fun and simple layout that really showcases those chipboard die cuts available in the August kit. If you like what you've seen here, then you're definitely going to want to visit hipkitclub.net to check out the entire collection. Also, if you've enjoyed watching this process video, be sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos.